Australia is celebrated for beautiful beaches, outstanding landscapes and sun-soaked escapes. But what if you want a city with real character? A place shaped by creativity, culture and cuisine? That metropolis is Melbourne. In today's Travel Smart, I'll be taking you to the places the locals love, the secret corners that visitors shouldn't miss, and showing you why this is one of my favourite cities anywhere in the world. And later on, I'll be chatting with Prue Freeman from Daisy Green here in London to dive into what makes the city such an indulgent pleasure. Melbourne is the southernmost big city in the world, and it's over 10,000 miles away from the UK. Most travellers will connect in one of the big Asian hubs. That's normally a smooth experience, meaning that you arrive feeling a lot more human than you might expect for travelling to the other side of the planet. Tullamarine Airport is very well organised. My record for getting from inside a plane to inside a taxi heading away from the airport is 9 minutes, and that includes clearing passport control. Once you get into the city, Melbourne immediately feels different from the Australia you might imagine. Sydney has the harbour and beaches. Adelaide, Brisbane and Perth all lean into the sunshine. But Melbourne has a cooler, more creative energy. It feels almost European, with tree-lined streets, old trams rattling past, and Victorian gold rush buildings interspersed with giant glass skyscrapers. It's a city built for wandering. You can step from a busy street into a lakeside garden. The Yarra River carves through the heart of Melbourne, delivering plenty of opportunities for long waterfront walks. Each neighbourhood has its own style and rhythm, from colourful lanes with plenty of street art to sprawling markets that reflect the city's rich mix of cultures. This is a place that rewards curiosity, world-class galleries, thoughtful design, a food and coffee culture that the locals treat as a major sport. Melbourne isn't a city that calls for attention. It gradually seduces you, corner by corner, until you decide actually you'd like to spend a lot longer here than you originally planned. The Royal Botanic Gardens comprise one of Melbourne's most loved open spaces. You can find lawns, lakes and native plants just a few minutes walk from the city centre. Just above the garden is the Shrine of Remembrance, created in the 1930s and now one of Melbourne's most significant landmarks. It's both a memorial to the servicemen and women of Australia, and it provides a great viewpoint. From the balcony, you get a panoramic view into the heart of the city and along the Grand Avenue running into the central business district. For a deeper look into Melbourne's creative heart, there's nowhere better than the National Gallery of Victoria. It's the most visited and the oldest gallery in Australia, with striking architecture, blockbuster exhibitions and a famous stained glass ceiling that bathes the interior in colour. And if you want a full panorama, I recommend you head for the Sky Deck on level 88 of the Eureka Tower. It gives you a 360-degree vision across the city and beyond into the state of Victoria, an absolute high. One of the great joys of Melbourne is the Yarra River, offering an easy escape into the great outdoors and helping you tune into the rhythm of the city. Rowers at dawn, commuters cycling to work, and lingering views of the city skyline. No need to plan anything, just wander along and create your own tale of the riverbank. I don't know of any other big city that has such a good biking option as Melbourne's Cycle Loop. It wraps right around the city and takes you quickly from busy urban streets into green spaces. The whole circuit will take you a morning or an afternoon and give you a very different perspective on Melbourne. If you're interested in somewhere a bit more coastal, you might think that Melbourne's a long way from the ocean, but it does have Port Phillip Bay, and the best way to enjoy the coastal aspect is to hop on a tram to St Kilda. You'll find palm trees, a golden light and soft beaches, providing the ideal sunny afternoon away from the busy city centre. For families, thrill seekers or anybody who enjoys a bit of retro charm, Luna Park is an absolute Melbourne classic. Opened in 1912, it's one of the oldest continuously operating theme parks in the world. The giant mouth entrance is iconic, and the scenic railway, still operated by a standing brake person on board, is the oldest continuously operating wooden roller coaster on the planet. Beyond the rides, Luna Park offers some brilliant elevated views above St Kilda and the bay. It brings a nostalgic old world warmth that contrasts beautifully with Melbourne's modern skyline. Melbourne's lanes are the city's heartbeat. Hosier Lane, AC/DC Lane and Centre Place are bursting with creativity. Tiny cafes, street art, hidden corners and that sense of organised chaos that the locals love. They are ideal for wandering, taking photos or grabbing a great coffee. I love the markets of Melbourne, piled high with the best produce that the farmers of the state of Victoria can offer. South Melbourne Market and in particular Queen Victoria Market show Melbourne at its most vibrant. They're ideal for grazing, for people watching and for appreciating just how multicultural this city really is. When I'm missing Melbourne food and drink a little bit too much, I come along here to Bondi Green in Paddington in London. It's part of the Daisy Green chain of Australian eateries created by Prue Freeman. Prue, what are you seeking to bring to Britain in terms of Australian cuisine?
Oh, I think Daisy Green is all about Australian food culture and really replicating that in a very authentic way to how it happens in Australia. So I think it really starts in the morning with coffee and then brunch, quickly follows. I mean, it's all about freshness and healthiness. And then in the evenings, Daisy's really about fire-based cooking and having the barbecue being the center of all of the restaurants. So in essence, when you come to Daisy, it's all about simple produce with big flavors. And, so far, people have sort of resonated with them. We've been very lucky to have grown across London.
Why is coffee taken so jolly seriously?
Melbourne and coffee, I think, is synonymous with the flat white. I mean, I think it was created in Sydney, but Melbourne does it better than anyone. It's so much a part of the day, and I think that comes from the morning culture that you have in Australia, that everyone starts the day early with some kind of exercise. They're out and about, and then it's straight to the coffee shop to get a flat white. I think it is absolutely part of the lifestyle. I mean, even McDonald's does quite good coffee in Australia. You wouldn't believe it, but it's taken so seriously everywhere.
I've also noticed that there's some really quite tasty wines produced in the state of Victoria.
Oh, Victorian wine is the best. And you're just seeing some amazing Pinots. It's very dry white wines and really some really interesting wines that pair super well with this kind of food concept of having Asian flavors and lots going on. There's so many, cultures in Australia which are influencing the food scene. I mean, everyone I think you meet who hasn't been to Australia thinks of Australia as, kangaroo and all these exotic animal, crocodile that they think we're eating. And obviously Australia is more sophisticated than that. Melbourne is one of the places where in Australia, actually, it is a really great part of the city. The city works in Melbourne. There's lots of great food in very close to the CBD, but also getting further afield, like going out to Fitzroy or getting to St Kilda Beach or getting out to South Yarra and just exploring all of the different areas around Melbourne, I think is always the way. But the walking tours, or I always think try and escape the city a little bit. But obviously in Melbourne, Flinders Lane is an abundance of great restaurants and one where you don't necessarily have the cliche of going to those places. Actually, they're all really good.
If you're inspired to visit Melbourne or to explore Australia more widely, or perhaps to head for any other destination worldwide, just go across to independent.co.uk/travel for tips, advice and recommendations from the travel team. See you next time.